barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget September 28th. But before I do say that, we need 3 barbers, and we gonna see about the barbecue pit because it may be the same cost or a couple $100 more just to get the food truck or someone to cater it. But we'll see. But if you do have a barbecue pit, let me know. We need 3 barbers, okay? And so let's delve into this, man. Oh, September 28th, as you guys already know. Some of the new subscribers, community give back, building communities through boxing, unity through community. Shout out to Frosty Mac. And September 28th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. we're going to show up and show out. And then we're going to caravan over to the Staples Center and watch Errol Spence versus Sean Porter, which is the biggest welterweight division fight since Danny Garcia versus Keith Thurman. That's the last unification bout we had. All right, let's delve into this. It took me 2 days to watch the interview. It was 2 hours long. Andre Ward on Joe Rogan. And I enjoyed it. There was a lot of information that I actually forgot about Andre Ward, and he rekindled it. It's definitely something you guys may want to watch on your long days, especially if you guys get on that shift, on that truck. You just hit play and you'll thoroughly enjoy it. Whether you love him or hate him, you'll enjoy the interview. But what I will say is to Andre Ward is, when you have that much intellectual capital, you can't give it away. Andre Ward should have his own podcast. And he's going to listen to this and he's going to say, Fred, you're absolutely right. I should have my own podcast. He shouldn't be going to Joe Rogan sitting down for 2 hours, without him saying it himself on his own podcast. You understand what I'm saying? And I would suggest that to Andre Ward. Moving forward, maybe because he flies first class, so maybe he can do the podcast because he has Wi-Fi for free. I got to pay $20 when I go to pay for Wi-Fi because I'm always catching. I'll try to get the cheapest flight possible, but I enjoyed it. There were some key points that I'm gonna just highlight. There was a lot of them, but I'm not gonna go through all of them. But I'm just encouraging you guys to go check it out. And you guys, that's actually my first long form interview that I've seen of Andre Ward since he and I had the interview. And I told you I haven't rewatched that interview yet. I just don't want to. But some of the things that I notice is, Andre Ward, take your suit off, man. Take your tie off, man. You don't have to be the son of God every day. I see you. I see your wheels spinning when you're talking. You're always very meticulous. But now you can say what you want, man. You retired. You don't have to protect no one, nobody, You got the respect of the masses. Let your hair down, per se. Because, and where I picked it up at was when he was framing the conversation about Floyd Mayweather. He wanted to say some things. In my humble opinion, this is just Fred guesstimating. This is just a hypothesis. But when you watch it, feel free to let me know. But he refrained from saying what he actually wanted to say. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that he should just be free. The other thing that I noticed too was about he now wants the Deontay Wilder fight. I thought that was hysterical, man. Man, you got to pick your side, man. You got to pick your side, man, because December of last year, he told Tyson Fury to go fight Anthony Joshua in Wembley Stadium, and now he wasn't excited about the rematch in December. I don't know what's changed. Pretty much nothing has changed because they both have fought basically gatekeepers, journeymen. Although Dominic Breazeale was the better matchup, against Tom Schwartz, but was the tougher matchup, I would say. But same result: first round knockout, second round knockout, whatever the case may be. So with that being said, I found that kind of eerie. And I'll say this too: Andre Ward has too much credibility beneath him that supports his foundation. He really doesn't need ESPN, but I know he enjoys it because it keeps him in play. But for him to go from Tyson Fury should go to Wembley Stadium and fight Anthony Joshua to now he's excited about the rematch leads me to the belief that his opinion can be bought. And I don't say it out of disrespect. I just say it from what I see. And but I would like to know why he's had to change. Why is he now excited about the rematch? What has changed? You understand what I'm saying? But overall, it was a great interview. Andre Ward and I are going to have an interview like this someday at some point. And it's going to go both ways. He can ask me a few questions. I can ask him a few questions because my platform ain't going to do nothing but get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. When you tell the truth, you understand? And when you unafraid to tell the truth and you tell the truth, people ain't going to do nothing but respect you. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not going to do nothing but get bigger. And I want to say thank you to all my subscribers that got me to this point because it's been very critical. You know what I mean? Because I know I'm not easy to deal with. but I just would say everyone go watch the interview. Joe Rogan is very fascinated with the black athlete. Like it's something about him where he's very, very fascinated with the black athlete. And I don't know what it is, but it's like like sickly admiration. And you can really, really hear it. If you really, really pay attention to the details of the conversation, you can totally tell that it's like it's an obsession with the black athlete. You understand what I'm saying? And it's something about him, you know, and I thoroughly picked up on it. And I think subconsciously, many white men have this infatuation. That's why there's a lot of beat writers and stuff that are white, and they try and frame a lot of black athletes. And they've never, like Dan Raphael, Keith Idec. Do you think these guys go to the gym and throw a jab and hit the heavy bag? And nah, man, they ain't. You know what I mean? They don't do none of that shit, man. They don't even go into boxing gyms. You know what I mean? They sit in front of their computer and type, you know? But I do believe, here's what I do believe. I do believe Andre Ward should start his podcast. I'm just being honest. You cannot give away that intellectual capital and not profit off of it. You understand? I think people would listen to him. Pros and cons. You know, people just would. I think it should be called, like they have Monday Morning Quarterback. USC has something. I used to go to something at USC about 10, 12 years ago when Pete Carroll was there. They had something called Monday Morning Quarterback where all the alumni and everybody come in and you could be a member and you listen to them literally break down each play. And they say what they wanted, what they saw, and it's well attended, you know, and it's a great fundraiser for them. Andre Ward should have something called the 13th round. You understand? Something like Monday Morning Quarterback. You know what I mean? Inside the decision. You know what I mean? I don't know. Squared circle. I don't know. But something. He has a lot of intellectual capital to give to the sport of boxing. And if he let his hair down a little bit and just be normal. I wouldn't say be normal. But stop overthinking and analyzing his words. It can be a hell of a show. You understand? And maybe he and Tim Bradley could do it together. I don't know. Maybe they could do it on. I don't know, man. But I will say this, man. Just to digress into what I heard this past Saturday. Andre Ward has to separate himself in terms of intellect as it relates to Timothy Bradley because Timothy Bradley is going to take Andre Ward down with him. And Timothy Bradley has no home. You know, he's literally, Papa was a rolling stone. And you say, Fred, what the fuck are you talking about? There's no ethnicity in the thousands that would support Timothy Bradley. If Timothy Bradley had a signing, just him standing alone, no one would come. I'm being honest. And when I say no one, I mean, you know what I mean? You guys know what I'm saying. I did an event in Houston and over 200 people came. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? With the help of the LDBC, you know what I mean? They great assets, man. We do great work together. So when I say I You know what I mean? Sometimes people think I'm just standing alone, but I'm never a man that believes in you can do anything alone. My ego says that shit sometimes, but it's not for real, for real. I just say that shit because, talking in first person makes the conversation go much, much faster. You speak with more confidence when you speak in first person anyway. Or at least you should, so but Timothy Bradley has no home. Mexican fan base didn't like him. Filipino fan base don't like him. The black fan base don't like him. You know what I mean? And he knows this. So he's just out there just dancing. He's just out there just got his Uzi and he's just shooting. He's just going around in 360s. You know what I mean? I'm willing to bet he probably doesn't even get maybe gets recognized because he fought Manny Pacquiao, but he doesn't get approached a lot. You know what I mean? And I'm being really sincere when I say this. I think Andre Ward can go higher. I'll just leave it at that. He has the ability to go much further than Timothy Bradley in this game. And Andre Ward, because keep in mind, Top Rank may fold, like HBO. PBC may fold. The Zone may dissolve. We don't know these things, but you want to put yourself in position because you don't have the protection for complexion, like Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman, I mean, he done did more wrongs than right. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He admitted to slapping his wife, and he gets suspended for 5 days, and he comes right back. You know what I mean? Like, he says track is not a sport, and he works for the wide world leader of sports, and nothing happens. Like, and everything in between. It is what it is, man. He was a failed conversion to our culture, and now he tries to be he tries to be the voice of the boxing culture, which the boxing culture has a lot to do with blacks in America and Latinos in America. So he has to kind of assimilate, you know what I mean? And he does a good job at faking the funk, you know what I mean? But when you say track athletes isn't a sport, shit, you ain't never ran. If you don't think track athletes is a sport, I'm going to break this down for you. In order for a boxer to get in the ring, he must be a track athlete. And you say, Fred, what the fuck are you talking about? He must do miles. He must do sprints. He must learn how to function without oxygen and with oxygen. Anaerobic exercise. Anaerobic is without oxygen. Aerobic is with oxygen. He must learn how to do those things. So a boxer is a track novice. You understand what I'm saying? But he has to have a level of commitment to the track, whether it's road work on a treadmill or on an actual track. He must have a level of commitment. You understand? And without basketball, the most exciting event in the Olympics is the 100-meter race. It is the most expensive ticket in the Olympics. If American Dream Team ain't playing or Michael Phelps ain't swimming, it is the hottest ticket. And because I know, because I've had aspirations of going, and I always Google the price, and it's always, I'm going to go in 2024. I'm definitely going to get some tickets in 2024, but anyways, man, you guys know where I'm going. So anyways, man, go watch the interview with Joe Rogan. It's 2 hours long. It may take you 2 or 3 days to finish, but it was a good interview. And I will say this. One, I'm interested to hear why Andre Ward really, really likes the rematch now. Is it because he has that ESPN logo on his chest? Or why did he have a change of heart about the fight? You understand? And two, I think Andre Ward needs his own podcast outside of ESPN. You know what I mean? And okay, here's another thing too. What I didn't like, how He said Mark Kriegel is the best at telling stories. No, he ain't. He ain't the best at telling stories. He's just the one hired to tell the stories. Andre Ward, how the hell can he tell a story on Shakur Stevenson better than you? Andre Ward, how the hell can he tell a story on Terrence Crawford better than you? Again, how can he tell a story about Lomachenko better than you? Tyson Fury better than you? Teofimo Lopez better than you? He can't. Don't just give people credit because it sounds like the right thing to do. Hell no. Come on, dog. He ain't. I'm not saying he's not good. I don't know him personally. I don't know. I've met him one time. I'm not discrediting what he does. I'm just saying it's no way he can do that job better than you, Andre. Well, just no way. There's no way he can do it better than me. You know what I mean? He got an engine behind him that makes him look good. You know, he got great camera work, great editors, great producers. Andre Ward. Come on, man. Cut it out. Cut it out, man. I'm just saying this. Andre Ward, don't give your intellectual capital away. If you want to give your intellectual capital away, come and disagree with me every Monday. We'll set the internet on fire. You gonna sit there and disagree with Timothy Bradley? You might as well disagree with the person who's as smart, if not smarter than you, in different phases. You know, you're 100% smarter than me as it relates to boxing. You understand, without a doubt. But I can go with you tit for tat. I love the words you use. I got it. I appreciate your intellect. And so, anyways, man. Barbershop conversations, man. Oh, and I love how, and I've always wanted to ask Andre Ward this too. And I'm glad he said this too. I always wanted to know what Virgil Hunter said to him in between every round of that Sergey Kovalev fight one. I've always wanted to know that. And he alluded to it. And I'm not going to ruin it for you. I'm not going to tell you what he said. But you need to watch the interview just for what he said. What he told, what Virgil Hunter told Andre Ward. It's a really good interview. It's a really good interview. But I'll say this again, the last time and I'm done. Andre Ward, don't give away your intellectual capital to nobody without you giving it to yourself first. Barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Talk to you soon. Peace.